Quick question. When you hear the word AI, do you picture robots plotting world domination? Or do you picture a tired human at 2 a.m. debugging Python code while eating instant noodles? Spoiler, it's the second one. This chapter finally pulls the curtain back. After 12 chapters of tech talk, neural nets, ethics debates, and futuristic speculation, here we meet the actual humans behind it all. They come from Geneva, Austin, Tokyo, Nairobi, San Francisco, and Bangalore. Some were lawyers, some farmers, some linguists, and one was basically a crystal ball for the future. Together, they prove AI is not just about math or machines. It's about messy, brilliant, curious people trying to make the tech serve humanity instead of the other way around. Dr. Amina Patel, the lawyer who cross-examined the algorithm. Imagine growing up at the tail end of apartheid, training to fight injustice in courtrooms, and then realizing the judge is now a computer program. That was Amina Patel's moment of fury. Amina never set out to be a coder. She was a human rights lawyer, passionate about justice. But when she saw governments using algorithms to decide who got housing benefits, immigration status, or harsher prison sentences with zero accountability, she knew she had to fight on a new battlefield. Her verdict? Bias isn't a bug you can patch. It's structural, baked into data that reflects centuries of discrimination. She studied machine learning not to write code, but to understand what she was fighting against. Later, she co-drafted a global AI ethics charter with 35 countries. Court adjourned. Javier Mendez, from spreadsheets to saving crops. Javier didn't begin with fancy labs or degrees. He started with Excel. While working for an agricultural nonprofit, he watched a crop failure devastate farmers in Colombia and thought, there has to be a better way to see this coming. So he taught himself Python, TensorFlow, and machine learning on weekends, after work, with a lot of stubbornness and probably too much coffee. Fast forward a few years, Javier now builds AI systems that model how climate change will affect global food security. But his wake-up call came when one of his models, designed to predict water availability in Kenya, completely failed. That's when it hit him. You can't build global solutions from local biases. Inclusion starts with the data set. Riko Tanaka, the futurist who writes tomorrow's headlines today. Riko Tanaka, based in Tokyo, calls herself a futurist. Her degree? Anthropology and systems thinking, not computer science. Her job? To imagine what happens if we actually succeed or fail with AI. She doesn't predict the future, she prototypes it. Riko runs workshops where cities and schools create future timelines. Some are utopian. tutors for every child and clean cities run on renewable energy. Others are dystopian cognitive elites with neural implants, leaving the rest of humanity in the dust. Once those timelines are drawn, her teams work backward to ask, what must we do today to avoid the nightmare and lean toward the dream? Michelle Obi, the voice that said, "Hey Siri, learn Swahili." Michelle noticed that speech recognition systems absolutely butchered African accents. They worked fine for polished American or British English, but when her cousins in rural Kenya tried, the systems fell apart. She concluded the tools weren't broken, they just weren't built for her community. So she founded Ubuntu AI, a company building voice tech in African languages like Swahili, Luo, Xhosa, and Hausa. Not just for text transcription, but also for voice assistance in low literacy, low connectivity environments. If technology ignores billions of voices, it's not intelligent at all. Dr. Felix Raymond, reading minds with a warning label. Felix's team has developed real-time neural decoding systems that can map thoughts to text, movement, and even emotions. They've already helped stroke patients communicate by thought alone. But Felix is quick to remind us of the flip side. If we can read your brain, we can also manipulate it. That's why he believes neuro-rights will become the next big civil liberties debate. Felix's line is firm. He refuses to work on military BCAs. For him, this technology should be about giving people more freedom, not less. Anjali Rao, the diplomat between tech and humanity. Anjali works with teams to make sure AI products don't just work, but work fairly and responsibly. She once helped launch a recommendation system for job seekers that, without anyone noticing, started favoring candidates with Western names and accents. Her role is to catch problems like this before they scale. She asks uncomfortable questions. Who is excluded? What's the worst-case misuse? How will this work in India, not just in Silicon Valley? For her, fixing AI bias isn't just a technical problem. It's a humility problem. Lessons from the front lines. After hearing from these 6 voices, 5 big lessons shine through. First, you don't need to be a math wizard to enter AI. Many of them came from law, anthropology, or farming. Second, bias is the default in algorithms, and justice must be deliberately designed. Third, AI is multidisciplinary. Coders need farmers, teachers, artists, and linguists at the table. Fourth, local innovation can have global reach. Michelle's voice tech, born in rural Kenya, now scales across nations, just as Javier's climate models help regions he's never visited. Finally, values matter more than velocity. Every person in this chapter turned down opportunities, paused projects, or rewrote code when ethics and human dignity were at risk. AI isn't just about technology, it's driven by people with courage, creativity, and conscience, like Amina, Javier, Riko, Michelle, Felix, and Anjali. These individuals bring human values into AI, from activism and data science to building tools for underserved communities and envisioning the future. When you think of AI, don't just picture machines, think of the people behind them, making it more meaningful than just a robot with glowing eyes. Loved what you learned today? Let's take it to the next level. Get your own copy of AI Unlocked: How to Harness Machines Without Losing Your Humanity, now available on Amazon. It's your personal guide to mastering AI without losing touch with what makes us human. Ready to go deeper? Join the AI Unlocked online course, packed with step-by-step video lessons, hands-on strategies, and real-world case studies to future-proof your skills. Whether you're just getting started or scaling your career, this course turns curiosity into confidence. Bonus: subscribe now and unlock early bird discounts, exclusive AI guides and cheat sheets, behind-the-scenes content, and community support. Click the link in the pinned comment to get your copy of AI Unlocked on Amazon. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a breakthrough. Together, let's unlock the future, one video, one idea at a time.